Hey everybody, it's your old pal Brian Hunt, and welcome to another episode of 60 Seconds of Risk. Today is a red letter day in my brand new TV show, since I've got a first live guest, and couldn't think of any better than my neighbor, kind of quasi-neighbor actually. Long time friend, close enough. Friend, former Austin Industries alum, and legend within the North Texas construction community, Bill French, Core Safety.
Hey everybody.
Thanks, Bill. So I know you are, but maybe just a quick download who you are.
For sure. So I'm the Director of Safety Services for a nationwide safety consulting firm known as Core Safety Group. We are able to help companies with their OSHA compliance. We are a trainer. We are a staffing company. Basically anything that you would need in regards to safety services we're able to provide.
All right. So obviously Bill and I used to work at Austin Industries. As everybody knows, I'm insurance for construction. You see on the job site what's going on from a risk portfolio. So when you think about what's going on in risk in construction, what you're seeing right now, what is a big caveat, big concern, piece of advice you'd want to make sure your clients know or the people in the industry know?
One thing that I want everybody to understand is, Brian talks a lot about managing risk. And a lot of times when we sit down with a client, they have put someone in an operational role in the chair of managing their safety program, managing their risk. And a lot of times the management of the safety program tends to be on the back burner because that person's primary focus is their day-to-day operational role. So when that's the case, a lot of times there's a lot of things slipping through the cracks. Their safety policies are out of date, their employee training is behind, things of that nature. So I really want to encourage those who don't have someone, even from an outsourced situation, to reach out to us and let us help you manage your risk. It really does take someone focusing on it to make sure it's being done properly. Again, we're able to come in and kind of review your safety program, make sure it's up to date with current OSHA standards. A lot of times we get a hold of a safety manual, there's quite a bit of dust on it. It hasn't been reviewed, hasn't been updated. It's got a lot of outdated policies. And then we get through and we start looking at employees' training records, and there's a lot of required training that hasn't been done over the last 3, 4, 5 years. So the risk is just not truly being managed. And there's plenty of people that have been lucky. They don't have a lot of risk, they don't have a lot of loss. They have plenty of risk, and they look at it and like, well, we haven't had a lot of accidents, we haven't had this, we haven't had a lot of negative things. However, it only takes one to make a huge impact. So someone really should be managing it from a day-to-day basis.
And also, I think the tie-in here is too, from what Bill does with his firm and working with his clients, is trying to keep incidents low or unreportable on the job site. And as you all know, if you have an incident, it goes into your modifier. Your modifier is going to be impacting your workers' comp and your GL policy. So what you can do to reduce your overall risk exposure is to be proactive on your job safety and take it seriously. Having people like Bill and his team, or his, coming out to do an assessment of your jobs, yeah, it might be a little pain in the ass. Yeah, they might tell you to do some things that might...
It's probably going to cost you some money.
Makes a little money. But it will help keep your incidents low, hopefully keep a modifier less than 1. And if you're less than 1, you're going to pay less than the actual industry average. If your modifier starts going above 1, you're going to find a hard time either A, getting good coverage, or B, you might be kicked off jobs or not allowed to compete on jobs because GCs or owners don't want you to have a modifier higher than 1.
And we help our clients a lot with managing their claims, managing their workers' comp claims, helping make sure they get closed out quickly, so they don't have something sitting on a reserve that's causing their premiums to go up, affecting their mods. We also help trying to manage those injuries. That if someone who's been tasked, maybe again it's an HR person and it's an accountant type person, and they've been tasked with managing the OSHA logs, they may not necessarily know the true definitions of recordable versus first aid, and there's things that are either on the log that shouldn't be, or things that should have been on the log that aren't, and those can affect your recordable rates. And then again, if your recordable rate is high, you may not be winning work because of that.
Right.
So get a hold of us, let us use our expertise and help you manage that so that it's being done properly.
Fantastic. Bill, thanks for your time so much.
Thank you.
Last question, we're at March Madness. Who you got in your Final Four?
Oh, I have nobody in my Final Four. I'm not a bracket guy. I'm going to put one together.
Either am I.
I'm going to put one together, and I'm going to cross my fingers, and I'll probably lose drastically.
I'll just pick all the Texas teams since we're in Texas.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
All right. Guys, thank you so much for joining the show. Hopefully you liked it. Please leave any comments here on my LinkedIn page. Any suggestions you'd like to see as far as topics or individuals like Bill or somebody else in the industry, love to have them. Also, you can subscribe to this on my YouTube channel, like my friend over here subscribed to my YouTube channel. And you can also find this on Twitter too. So until next time, guys, take care.